Hello, I'm Erin Robinson. I'm age 5. I am doing Jack of the Beanstalk. It's written by Val Whitlock and Shelley Court. This is the story of Jack, who grew a magic bee and climbed the tallest beanstalk that anyone has seen. Jack climbed up the beanstalk, up so high. Jack climbed up the beanstalk till he reached the sky. But then he had a feet, 5 foot. He had a 5 foot lump. He had a feet. He had a 5, had a foot, had a foot. Hey, said Jack, I'll take the giant's money. Who, said the giant? That's not funny. Jack climbed down the beanstalk with the money sack. Jack climbed down the beanstalk. I'll be never going back. But soon the money was all spent. Back up the beanstalk, Jack went. Jack climbed up the beanstalk, up so high. Jack climbed up the beanstalk till he reached the sky. But then he had a feet, 5 foot. He had 5 foot. He had a feet. He had 5. He had a foot. Had a foot. I know. I'll take the magic hen. Who, said the giant? Not you again. Jack climbed down the beanstalk with the magic hen. Jack climbed down the beanstalk. I'm never going there again. But then he had a feet, 5 foot. He had a 5 foot bump. He had a feet. He had a 5, had a foot. He had a foot. So Jack went chip, chop, chip. So Jack went chop, chip, chop. So Jack went chip. So Jack went chop. So Jack went chop. Crash! The giant crashed down and made a huge dip. And Jack and his mother were forever rich. That's the story of Jack, who grew a magic bee and climbed the tallest beanstalk that anyone has seen.
My name is Harriet Failing. I'm 9 years old. Thanks for nothing, Santa. Please, 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 please. I wake up before the sun and run into the living room. Under the tree is a huge pile of presents. Some wrapped in red. Those ones are from my mum and dad. And the rest are wrapped in gold paper. They must be from Santa. I start to pick up the presents and shake them real gentle so I can hear if it rattles and feel how heavy it is. I always try to guess before I open it. I wrote a big list this year, but the main thing I want is a pink soccer ball. I pick up the biggest one. Looks about soccer ball size. It's heavy too. I rip off the gold paper and a box of books. It's got pictures of fairies on the front in different colours with little silver stars all over it. What the heck am I going to do with a bunch of fairy books? Thanks for nothing, Santa.
I'm James Windass, and this is Wasted Talent by Joseph Arnold. He stopped believing. That's it. That's why he failed. He quit. So much talent, so much potential, but he stopped believing in himself. He lost his way because he couldn't figure out what to do next with his career. And I guess all the stress added up and finally broke him. His music was great. I would listen to it all the time. It would get me into a pumped up emotional state, and his lyrics never got old. No one gave him the chance. But I think in today's world, that doesn't matter. He didn't give himself the chance to take control of his career the way I knew he could have. Maybe it was fear from doubting himself, and it crippled his ambition. He did it for so long with no financial gain, no recognition for his genius. He couldn't do it no more. He gave up, and that's why he hung himself in his studio. He couldn't do it anymore. It pains me, because I believed in the guy more than he believed in himself. He forgot the number one lesson, which is to do what you love for the sake of the journey. Nothing is more rewarding than that. He lost sight of that. He forgot what it's all about. It's not about money, or fame, or compliments. It's about expressing yourself creatively, because it's what your soul needs to do, and enjoying the process. He lost track of the enjoyment, and instead found himself caught up with what most people get stuck on.
Hello, my name is Logan Richards and I'm 11 years old, and today I'll be performing I Wish I Was Our Sammy by Russell Willie. I wish I was our Sammy. Our Sammy's nearly 10. He's got 2 wheels and catapult and he's built an underground den. But I'm not allowed to go in there. I have to stay near the gate. Cause my mum said I'm only 7, but I'm not, I'm nearly 8. I sometimes Sammy. He run me toy car, you know. Now the wheels are missing and the top broke off and the bleeding thing won't go. And he said when he took it, it was just like that. But it wasn't, it was dead straight. But you can't say nothing when they think you're 7 and you're not, you're nearly 8. I wish I was our Sammy. You wanna see him spit straight in the eye from 20 yards, and every time he hit, is allowed to play with matches, and he goes to bed dead late, and I have to go at 7, even though I'm nearly 8. You know Sammy, he draws no women without arms or legs or even heads in the baths when he goes swimming. But I'm not allowed to go to the baths. My mum said I have to wait cause I might get drowned, cause I'm only 7. But I'm not, I'm nearly 8. You know Sammy, you know what he sometimes does? He waits straight through the letterbox of the house next door to us. I tried to do it one night, but I had to stand on a crate cause I couldn't reach the letterbox. But I will by the time I'm 8.
Hello, my name is Mabel. I'm 11 years old and I'm going to be reading an extract from Alice in Wonderland. Why? How impolite of him! I asked him a civil question and he pretended not to hear me. That's not at all nice. I say, Mr. White Rabbit, where are you going? He won't answer me. And I do so want to know what he is late for. I wonder if I might follow him. Why not? There's nowhere that I mayn't go where I please. I will follow him. Wait for me, Mr. White Rabbit. I am coming too. How curious! I never realized that rabbit holes were so dark and so long and so empty. I believe I've been falling for 5 minutes straight and I still can't see the bottom. After such a fall of this, I shall think nothing of tumbling down the stairs. How brave they'll all think of me at home. Why, I could fall off the top of the house and I would think nothing of it. I wonder how many miles I've fallen by this time. Why, I think I shall fall right through the earth. How funny would that be? I think I see the bottom. Yes, I shall hit the bottom. Hit it very hard, and oh, how it will hurt.
My name is Madison Tame and I'm 9 years old. My monologue is called Dog Ate My Homework by Cadence K. Carnan, Manitoba, Canada. I'm sorry. I don't have my maths homework, Mrs. Williams. I have a really good reason. You might think I'm lying, but I'm not. Everybody thinks that when your dog eats your homework, you're for sure lying, and you just didn't get it done. But what if your dog actually eats your homework? Then what do you do? That's what happened to my homework. Our tiny, evil poodle ate it. You have to be careful in our house because that poofball, who only likes my mother, eats everything, including the gross stuff out of the cat box. So, I got home and set my homework on the table. Then I went to go and get some grain, crackers and milk. After that, my brother wanted to play hoops in the driveway and he never wants me to play with him. So I did. When I got back inside, my homework was chewed up on the floor and the devil dog was hiding under the sofa. So that's it, my real story about how my dog actually did eat my homework.
Hi, my name is Maxwell. I'm 8 years old and I live in Hull. And I'm going to be reading Signals and Lights. My dad works for the railway, one of the biggest and best stations I know. He works on the signals. He is always very busy, so I don't see much. But the other day, he surprised me. Come on, he said. I'm going to show you the big signalling board. Wow, it was the best ever! He took me to the big signalling room hidden in the station of a small bridge. I was so lucky and so excited to be in a room where the station is run from. It's kind of a massive map on the station up on the wall, made from plastic. I have to fix these signals whenever there is a fault with them, he said. So you know what HC signals are? I asked. Yes, of course, he replied. Those lights on the board stand for signals. I'd been wondering what they'd been for. I couldn't see any trains though, because this room had no windows. All I could see was the big map with the signals with their lights. The station is also very busy, because lots of lights were coming on and off again. It was very exciting, but I'd love to see a little bit of trains though. Dad knew I love trains. Dad knew I was a bit sad, so he took me outside onto the little bridge and I could see many of the platforms and lots of trains standing still, or just even coming in. And even an express train that shot through the station at high speed. While we walked away from the station, Dad said, you know all those trains you like? Well, they couldn't run without me. I'm the signal man, and I stop trains from crashing into each other. I feel very proud of my dad.
Rosie Mears, 21, The Breakfast Club letter from The Breakfast Club. Saturday, March 24th, 1984. Shermer High School, Shermer, Illinois. 60062. Dear Mr. Vernon, we accept the fact that we had to sacrifice a whole Saturday in detention for whatever it was we did wrong. What we did was wrong. But we think you're crazy to make us write an essay telling you who we think we are. Why do you care? You see us as you want to see us. In the simplest terms and the most convenient definitions. You see us as a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a criminal. Correct? That's the way we saw each other at 7 o'clock this morning. We were brainwashed. But what we found out is that each one of us is a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, a criminal. Does that answer your question? Sincerely yours, The Breakfast Club.
I'm Sky Richards. I'm 8 years old and I'm performing The Magic Cat by Peter Dixon. My mum was walking through the door, spilled some magic on the floor, blobs of this and splots of that, but most of it upon the cat. Our cat turned the magic straight away and in the garden went to play. She grew 2 massive wings and flew around in fancy rings. Oh look, cried Mother, pointing high. I didn't know our cat could fly. With a dash of Tibby's tail, she turned my mum into a snail. And now she lives beneath the stern and
my name is Brooke Bartlett, I'm 26 and I will be performing a monologue called Amazon Delivery Driver. In a lot of ways, I could say my job has become more difficult since the pandemic begun. At the same time, I've also had some of the most amazing days during all this. Sure, wearing a mask all day can be challenging, and the number of packages I'm delivering is unbelievable. But doing the actual delivering has become so much more rewarding, at least in my opinion. I remember just a few weeks into quarantine, as I was getting used to this new normal, I was delivering what I thought was just another package. I pulled up to a house with what looked like a white door with paint splattered all over it. I just assumed it was a painted door. But when I got closer, I saw that I was way off. The kids who lived in that house had covered the door with tiny little drawings. I'm talking 20, maybe 30 little pieces of paper of all different colours, of all sorts of different things. But everything was happy and colourful and just filled with that childlike joy, you know? In the middle of all these drawings was a sign. Please take whatever makes your heart happy. As I stood there, taking all of this in, I suddenly noticed two little faces at the window next to me. When I looked over at these two adorable kids, they smiled and motioned towards the drawings as if they were saying, please, take one. Take two. Of course I did. I set their package down on their doormat and took the drawing that I had been immediately drawn to. I've carried this with me every day since.
I wish I was like Sammy. And Sammy's nearly 10. He's got 2 worms and a catapult, and he's got underground den. But I'm not allowed to play, man. I have to stand in the gate. Because Mum says, I'm only 7, but I'm not. I'm nearly 8. Sometimes I hate our Sammy. He won't pass like I, you know. Now the wheels are missing, the top broke off, and the plane thing won't go. He said when he took it, it was just like that, but it went dead straight. But you can't say nothing when I think he's 7. But I'm not. I'm nearly 8. I wish I was like Sammy. You want to see him spit. Straight in your eye from 20 yards every time I hit. It's lots of matches. He goes to bed dead late, but I have to go to bed at 7, even though I'm nearly 8. You know what, Sammy? He sometimes draws the nude even without arms or legs or even heads in the bath when he goes swimming. But I'm not to go to the maths. Because Mum says, I might get drowned because I'm 7, but I'm not. I'm nearly 8. You know what, Sammy? What he sometimes does? He was straight through the letterbox house next door to us. I tried to do it one night, but I just stand in a crate. So I couldn't reach the letterbox, but I will by the time I'm in it.